The 1-2 pitch, bounce to third, backhanded by Brito, throws. History in Oklahoma City. The Sooners go where no program has ever gone before. Rewrite the record books. That's 4 in a row. They are unquestioned and unmatched, and on the sport's biggest stage, the Sooners are unstoppable.
What a call by Chris Plank from the OU Radio Network. Champions again are the Oklahoma Sooners as we welcome you into the show tonight. We say hello. I am Brian Keating alongside Hannah Hoover.
Hello.
It is time for Crashing the Boards on a championship Sunday night. Hannah, you've been here a couple of weeks, but this is your first real time with the boards.
This is the first real time. Last week I was solo with it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're here to help me out.
We have plenty to talk about. There's no question about that. I want to start, obviously, with the champion Oklahoma Sooners. Roll the video because they had to play Texas, and this is game 2. And Oklahoma in a sticky spot, close game, 6th inning, and it was a freshman with the biggest hit of the night, Ella Parker, that would lead the Sooners to a 8-4 championship win. And you can count them up back to back to back to back champs.
Everyone on Twitter and on TikTok just hoping that anyone else but us will win. And well,
Yikes.
yep, that didn't happen, so we're blessed.
Jado's right, like listening to everybody and hearing all this stuff, but we did a great job of staying within each other. We didn't let it bother us at all. And we just came out here, we stuck together, and it's family.
It's family. I like how she says that. It's family, and it's family now 4 in a row. And so I'll leave it to you. You saw every pitch of this tournament. You were right there. What did you think of Oklahoma and now a 4-time national championship Sooners club?
Yeah, well, Jada Coleman said it, right? She mentioned that everyone was kind of counting them out, waiting for them to not win, anyone but them.
Yep.
So I want to just say, I'm going to draw. Now, don't make fun of me.
So, hey, look, we've had a ton of bad penmanship.
This
Don't
is
worry
going to
about
be bad.
It's okay.
This was
It's all
really
right.
bad. Okay, this is supposed to be a dog, underdogs. Here we go. This is really bad. This is not a dog, but okay, we'll try better.
It's okay.
Next time, but
We get a few more segments.
okay, we'll get a few more going. But underdogs just because, I mean, could they do it 4 times in a row? And surely they did it. 8 under Patty Gasso, I might add. They're tied with Arizona now, and they're on the heels of UCLA with their 12, so the future is bright, especially with freshmen like Cassidy Pickering. She was big time.
You know, when I think about this, I think about the OU program and the history of Oklahoma sports. And most people think about football, obviously, from Bud Wilkinson to Barry Switzer and Bob Stoops. I think this is Oklahoma's greatest dynasty. And what they did under Bud Wilkinson with 47 straight wins and all the national championships and what they've done in football, this is Oklahoma's greatest dynasty. And that just says so much about what Patty Gasso has been able to build. And it's interesting, over the years we've seen, it's not like they've just been totally dominant. A couple of those years, last year they went 61-1, I think, but it's just every big moment when you count them out, when you think, and I thought they were as vulnerable this year as they've been in a long, long time, but when you count them out, they just find a way. It is remarkable what they've been able to do and build and believe, and I love that somehow a 4 straight national champion, you saw the interviews, it's like, you drew an underdog. They're the underdog. They're the 4-time national champions. But I love it, and that's how they play. It is how they felt, and it is how they play. It is remarkable what they've been able to do. And so I said we'd have a couple of different segments. Let's go to the next one. And so I think this OU team is defined so much by their seniors because those seniors have won 4 national championships. So roll the video on the seniors, and just what a ridiculous accomplishment.
This one is, to me, I definitely felt a little bit more sentimental. We grew up together. Everybody had something to say about us all the time, and people counted us out, and it was just a grind. All in, mentally, physically, and we fought the whole year, and it was all so worth it in this moment.
So that's Kinsey Hansen, who's one of the real studs of that team. There's no question about that. What do you think of the seniors? Because their achievement is, I said ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Definitely. Kinsey Hansen, Tiari Jennings, they're the leaders, right? You think about, they're actually the captains. They have the C on their jersey. And they are so well spoken. But I also think about Jada Coleman, because Jada Coleman is, from Patty Gasso's mouth, the chaos coordinator. And so she's there to hype them up. And you saw that. Like, she brings the energy to this group. And so with that, she's also the program changer. All-time program leader when it comes to runs scored. That's a really big accomplishment there. And she made things happen. Back to back, star on defense. Talk about those crazy diving saves that she made before the Women's College World Series and in the Women's College World Series. So to me, she's really a standout in this group of seniors.
She's as good a player as I've ever seen there. It goes back to Lauren Chamberlain and Jocelyn Allo. I think she's as good as any of those players because the way that she defends in center field. I mean, when you needed a big play, it's like she found it every single time. This team is second to none, and I say that in terms of dynasties and senior classes in any sport, in any college program. I'm not an expert on lacrosse and all those things and some of the great dynasties across the history of all college sports. They are second to none. They might not be the best, but nobody is better than them. And so it's crazy. This dynasty is just, they are as dominant as any program in college sports right now. They're as dominant as any team in any sport. It's crazy what they've been able to do. So I just tip my hat to them. That senior class is remarkable. And again, when you count them out, they just figure it out and find a way. One other thing I want to get to in this series, because OU played Texas. OU played Texas, and that obviously means something in any time you do it. We haven't heard from Patty Gasso yet. So here's Patty on the championship and also just the series and the way it's transpired against the Longhorns.
Texas always makes us better. And I think that we could both agree that we do that for each other. And that's how we get here. That's why we're looking at each other on the national championship stage. They've cemented this program in history. They've cemented themselves in history. And history, can change, but these guys will never, ever be forgotten.
No. They'll never be forgotten, in part because some of them, and by some of them I mean the head coach, will have a statue somewhere. And so that's what you hear anywhere. It's like, where's the Patty statue? So what do you think about this OU Texas? Now they played 2 of the last 3 years for the national championship, and OU's beaten the Longhorns twice.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Couldn't have picked a better matchup. I mean, you just can't create a storyline better than this one. Texas OU, we love that Red River rivalry. That's hard for me to say, by the way. I'm still working on that.
Do it, it's fine.
Red River rivalry. But, one thing I wanted to point out is that this home field advantage was brought up quite a few times. I'm working on my drawings. This is supposed to be a house.
Good.
This one was a little better than the dog. But the home field advantage of Oklahoma City was a topic that was brought up by Mike White, the head coach of Texas. And, they keep racking up these, titles here, OU does, and they're at home. But Texas OU split 4 games this season leading up to Women's College World Series. So they're neck and neck. There's no doubt about that. But at the end of the day, does this home field advantage really help, or are they just actually that good in this rivalry matchup?
No, they're that good. It obviously helps. It's an advantage. There's no question. They'd rather be playing in Oklahoma City than anywhere else. But it's not like OU has been dominating softball since the history of time, and this tournament's been here for a long time. Patty and this program
1990.
they got so good that they just win every time. I mean,
Right.
it's not, it helps.
Yeah.
But that's not why.
But I thought we should bring it up because
No,
they kept bringing
I
that one
agree.
up, and I was like,
I agree.
let's be real.
No, I agree. So here's the deal. It's not only the statue that they need. I mean, just rename the school Patty Gasso University. I mean, come on. What she has done is crazy and remarkable. I joke here, but I would just say the OU Texas thing, I think it's fun. I think it's cool. It is behind football, the best OU Texas. It's not basketball. It's not baseball anymore. It's softball that people come for, behind football for OU Texas. And it's a big deal. And this team is crazy. The program's unbelievable, and they are champions once again. Stay with us on Crashing the Boards. Plenty more to talk about, including the NBA Finals, which you saw right here on Channel 5. Keep it here. Welcome back to Crashing the Boards. Brian Keating, Hannah Hoover. You saw the game right here on Channel 5, Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Mavericks and Celtics rolled the video. And Hannah, you know what it means. When you don't want to go down 0-2, because if you go down 0-2, you're in trouble. But early in the game, Luka was pretty darn special.
He was really great. There's actually an 86% chance to win the whole series.
If you go up 2-0?
If you go up 2-0.
Yeah.
So that's tough for the Mavs, but Luka was really great. He had 32 points on the game today, and Kyrie was 16, PJ Washington was 17. They bounced back, but it just wasn't enough. It didn't matter.
No, Drew Holiday was the best player in the game tonight. I think, look, this Dallas team that we saw up close and personal against Oklahoma City, you give them a chance to take it back to Dallas and get back in this series?
I think they can get back in the series with a win back in Dallas at home, but I don't know. It looks tough out there.
Yeah, no, the Celtics look pretty good, right? So here's the deal. Game 3 is on Wednesday night. All the NBA Finals are right here on Channel 5. Obviously, the Boston Celtics lead this series 2-0. Defensively, they have been just smothering. And as good as Luka's been, Kyrie hadn't quite lived up to the billing. They need the other guys that we saw, so many times in that OKC series. So Boston, the Celtics, 2 wins away from winning another NBA championship because defense, Celtics pretty good. Stay with us. You know what? If you were in Oklahoma City this afternoon, you got a heck of a treat because multiple Cy Young Award winner Max Scherzer and current Texas Ranger did a rehab stint against the Oklahoma City Baseball Club. Pretty cool.
Such a fun day for them. He had 37 of 53 pitches for strikes. That's huge. That's a lot of strikes.
Not bad. Love to see him healthy. I'm a Rangers fan. I want to see him out there with the big club. For Hannah, I'm Brian. See ya.